Fantastic. Welcome, everybody, to the RRR247 Team Conference Call. It's Tuesday night. It's a happy night. It's been a great day. It's been a great week, been a great month. Been a great year so far. Can you believe it is August 10th? We're 10 days into August already. It's fantastic. We have a lot of great things to share with you tonight. Welcome. I counted at least 12 brand new people, and we average between 10 to 15 every week, sometimes 20, but between 10 to 15 every single week. That's absolute, consistent, positive growth. And there's only one reason for that. We got something good going on, right? Something's being done right, or we wouldn't have that many new people every single week. Congratulations to everybody getting out there, sharing, and adding new family members to the team. Everybody's doing a fantastic job. So, and welcome, very big welcome to all of you, all 12 or more of you brand new people, because I know there's probably a couple more out there even that were just a little too shy. And hopefully next week you're not shy and we get to hear from you what state you're calling in from. For all you new people, my name is Niall Eddy. I live down here in South Florida in the Sunshine State, in a boating community, waterways all around me, beaches, gulfs, and not too far from the ocean. I'm a fishing fanatic, so that's the right place for me to be. It's almost heaven down here for me. I've been in this industry for 32 years now. 32 years ago, I walked away from my job, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. I have lived a great lifestyle. I was that dad who got to put my kids on the bus, take them off the bus, and stay home for their entire childhood and some. Obviously, they're all moved out now, though. And I was involved in all their extracurricular activities. Went to every football game and practice because my son played football. Went to every volleyball game and practice because my daughter played volleyball. And I went to every cheer camp as well because I have more than one daughter. And when the high school needed a bowling coach, I became their bowling coach because I loved that game. But I found another way to spend more valuable time with my kids. And all you dads out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about and what a blessing that is, because it doesn't usually work out that way. The dad usually gets home just in time to give him a kiss on the forehead, have dinner with him, tell him to go brush their teeth because it's bedtime, right? And then we go to sleep, get up, go to work, and do it again. This industry provided me the ability to raise my kids, love on them 365, spoil them without spoil and run, teach them values, teach them how to be entrepreneurs, and that's what's happening today. My son's been in business for himself since he was 14 years old, and he's now 27 years old, and my other kids are all in upper management or self-employed as well, because even when I didn't think they were paying attention, they were paying attention. So always remember that. They're always paying attention no matter what we're doing. And I love it when my son comes to me today and he goes, you know, you told me something when I was 14 years old. When I was 14, I thought you were crazy, but now I get it, Dad. And really, thank you for teaching me that. And then sometimes I got to scratch my head and go, I don't remember saying that one, but yeah, I'm glad you got it. So it's provided me a great life. And you know, this industry over the last 32 years, right, I've made millions of dollars of different products and services that we get to take to the marketplace. But that's not the most important thing to me. The most important thing to me, and Rory will attest to this, it's always been the lifestyle and the family time. The lifestyle is what's the biggest thing to me, and how many people do I get to help? How many different demographics of people, from the single mom to the single dad to the family with 27 children? Doesn't matter. How many people do I get to have a positive impact on their life? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a fool. I never sent a check back to any of those companies. I do deposit it in the bank, but it's the lifestyle that's the most important thing to me. And we've had a blast. I've known the founders of this company for 28 years. I get the pleasure of introducing them to all of you tonight, those 12 people, but we love to start every Tuesday night call to let you guys meet part of the leadership here. And we have a lot of leadership here. Rory and Tanya reached out to a lot of the people that they knew and brought them on board and taught them this atmosphere, taught them this system, and taught them how to raise people up. And because we all have that same passion that they have, we've gone out there and done that with a lot of other people. And some of our MSIs, even though they're quiet and they're in behind the scenes, they're doing incredible things. And they've got great teams of people that they are changing the lives of. And there's one person that I can't wait to meet I've talked to her on the phone. I've talked to her on these calls. I talked to her on other calls, but I can't wait to meet her in person just because of that last name, Goebel, because there's actually some Goebel in my family tree somewhere, and I got to find out if they're the same Goebels, and they probably are because it's not the most common name on the planet. So as you move up through the ranks and you have helped a lot of people and you really mastered this system, you become what's called a master system instructor. And that's who this lady is. It's my pleasure to bring her on board. One of the friendly faces and always got a smile on as well. MSI, Miss Melissa Goebel, out west somewhere. I forgot where it is already. Just lost my train of thought. Blessings to the team. The microphone's yours.
Thank you so much. It's South Dakota. And, you're surrounded by all the pretty beaches and all the, stuff that I dream about. I'm surrounded by cows and more cows and fields and more cows. So as you can guess, I'm a farm girl from South Dakota, born and raised. I was raised on a dairy farm, actually. Thank goodness we do not do that here. We just raise beef cattle and farm crops and stuff like that. But I am married to an awesome, hardworking man. We have 3 kids. I came here, I've been a stay-at-home mom for 20 years since we've been here on the farm. And since my oldest was just over 2 years old, and he's gonna be 24 this year. So, so crazy how fast they grow up. So I totally get, the whole raising your kids thing, Niall, and just being there for them. It goes so fast. I couldn't be more thankful to be here with my kids and my husband being Meals on Wheels and the parts runner and the equipment mover and all that fun stuff along with everything else. So, so yeah, super blessed. But, I always kind of looked for something to do from home just to help supplement our income a little bit, always feeling like you need to do more and you need to do more, moms, women, we have like 3,000 arms, so we can do everything and still make it all work. So, so just came here just looking for something, $500 honestly was all I was looking for. And once I got to know Rory, and he's my instructor, so I'm super blessed to have such an awesome instructor, Rory himself, but opened my eyes so quickly to realize there's so much more than $500 a month here, so much more. So we are so blessed, you guys. If you are, new here and you're not sure, you're in the right place. If you're an aspiring instructor and you're not sure if you're going to do a good job, or you're just not sure if you have what it takes, well, let me tell you a secret. I'm super shy, like crawl under a rock and hide kind of shy. So if I can do this, anybody can do this. And it's just such an awesome business, such an amazing family. I'm so blessed. I have better friends here that I've never met than I have in real life here in South Dakota. So we are surrounded by incredible people. So, so I like to say the only way to fail is to quit. We've got everything here that you possibly could imagine to make things work. So anyway, that's just a really quick little bit about me, but I would love to bring on one of my instructors and students who's just doing amazing. I'm so proud of her. Ms. Karen Weatherford. Are you there?
I am. How are you?
I'm great.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here to tell you my story because it's a little bit different than some of the stories you've heard. I have 2 children. I live in the Dallas, Texas area, Roy's favorite area to go take MSIs out to the Star and see the Cowboys. And my story kind of goes back to that. I was working full-time in the senior housing industry, which I have worked in for 35 years now. And I had a job that I had been in for a long time in that field. And one day I was at work, I worked from home, and I got a call from a former employee. And I hadn't talked to her for about a year. And so in the conversation, I was shocked that she called, one, while I was at work, because she knew the schedule. And 2, we were just talking, and I said, well, so what are you doing now? She was so excited. She said, I wasn't going to bring this up, but I've just started a new job and I'm really excited about it, and I'm going to be blogging. Well, that got my attention because my mother actually wrote a book and was an author, so I have written a little bit along the way. And so we got to talking about it, and she said, well, I really can't explain it well enough. I'm so new. Let me have my instructor call. So the next day I got a call from Amy, and Amy tells me a little bit about the company, and I was immediately impressed with everything I heard. I felt like it was almost like, I believe in God winks. I don't know if everybody believes in that or not, but I do. And so it was also unusual. I felt like I was hearing a God wink. And so Amy suggested that Trish and I go to a convention that was going to be held in Dallas in a couple of weeks. So Trish and I talked about it. We pulled the money together, and we actually went to Dallas to the convention. We stayed with Amy in her room. She was kind enough to let us do that, so that I got to know my instructor right away. And I met, which is so funny to me, I met so many of you there that I didn't know who you were. I had no idea who you were. And now that I've been on here and made friends with people, it's really funny because I go, oh, I remember seeing them there, but I didn't know who they were. I really didn't know anything about wine, didn't know anything about the company. It was all new to me. So as time has gone on, I was still working a full-time job. I was working 10 to 11, 12-hour days. And I only had the time at night for classes and a little bit on Saturdays. And so I literally took in as much as I could take during the year from 2019 to May of 2020. And I had worked on my pages, but they weren't quite all done like I wanted. I hadn't gotten Google. And I was just learning. It's like going back to college for me, because there was so much of the computer I didn't understand and I didn't know, and I had to learn. And so the more I could soak in, the more I wanted to learn. So then in May of 2020, I was let go from my job unexpectedly. And so I knew that I was going to go crazy, because I'd always worked at home for the last 7.5 years. And without that job, I had nothing to do. And I couldn't just go out and get a job because we were in COVID. So I made up my mind that I was going to spend at least 8 hours a day or more working on my PBS, getting my Google AdSense, and doing whatever I could do to get into the instructorship. And again, if it weren't for that God wink, I wouldn't have had this to fall back on. So it's really a pleasure to be here. I love meeting all of you. I don't know what else to tell you, except if you can go to a meeting, getting to that meeting was the thing to do. One part of my story that I didn't put in, and I'll tell you quickly because I don't want to draw this out, but Melissa is my instructor because Amy is no longer with our company and because of a family situation. But I literally lost 30 pages of my PBS in the first year that had to be redone. Nobody could find them, they just vanished. And Melissa stepped in as my instructor and has been so encouraging and helped me along the way. And that's true of any MSI I have met. They've all been willing to help me in any way possible. My team, the team that I work with under Melissa, we've all become family. And so many people here are my family. And I can't thank all of them. And that's my story.
And that is a fantastic story. So I'm going to have to go search that picture because I was down on that star with you.
I wasn't. I didn't make it to the start. If you remember, he took the MSI.
That was my first to get together where I got to meet everybody.
Yeah.
In this group.
You got the little circles with the RRR on. Right?
Yes. Yep.
I still have it.
Oh, the coins. I helped Rory pass them out. I helped them pass them out in the room, but no, it was somebody else that got those for Rory,
Yes, yeah,
and he was able to pass them out. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I have a few of those actually.
Yeah, I actually keep mine in the drawer or in my purse. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's another great thing. You bring up a good point about getting to these meetings, right? Because it's incredible the people that you meet there, and then sometimes Melissa, were you there? Because no, you weren't there. Okay, so see, that's what I was going to say. We could get there and we spend time and have fun with everybody that's there. It could be sitting right next to them, and then we get back from the meeting and we meet them on one of these calls. It's fantastic because we're spread out all over the place. And it's right. I can't wait to get the next upcoming meeting that you're able to attend. I think there's a whole bunch of us to have hugs from Melissa Goebel when we finally get together at the next event.
We have to go to the farm.
We might just have to have that event at the farm. That's not a bad idea, Karen. Roy, we're gonna have to talk about that. And that's a good way to get it done, right? All right. Well, thank you very much. You're both a blessing to this family. And thank you for getting on here and introducing yourself and sharing your story, especially for all the new people, right?
Yes.
We are one big team, one big family, and everybody loves everybody here, and that's what a family is supposed to be like. So, guys, that's just a piece of our leadership. You're going to meet more and more and more of that leadership as we go, because Rory and Tanya, they've attracted a great group of people who have gone out and attracted a bigger group of wonderful people. And because you're new, this part is especially for you, because I really want you to know who these people are behind this system that you're looking into and how it all came about. Because it didn't happen over the last couple of weeks or a couple of months or even a couple of years. It's something that happened over a long period of time that turned into something brilliant. So I told you I've been in the industry for 32 years, right? I met Rory 28 years ago when I was, still kind of a newbie, right? Only 4 years in the industry. And Rory had this system because he's got that software brain, right? He understood this stuff even in high school, probably middle school, actually. And he really understood how things ticked, especially in the sales world. But he created this system that was like a billboard voicemail. It was a system that we could advertise all over in, top 300 newspapers in the United States. And we could have all them people responding from that, going into that voicemail. We could get everything at once. But it's also, as we built a network of people around the country working with us, we could leave a message on that voicemail that went out to all of them at the same time. Sounds a lot like email or text message or stuff like that. But guess what? We didn't have any of that stuff back then. The internet didn't exist. Cell phones didn't exist. Email wasn't even thought of by any of us yet. But Rory was already, you see where he was going? He was already there with whatever tools and what technology he had, mass communication, right? But then the internet did come out in 93 or 94. And that's when he really found his niche. And he left that telecommunication company and jumped on the internet. He knew how to talk to that computer and he got it to talk back to him. They communicated well. He did incredible things. He became one of the very first online gurus for lead generation. And he's built several lead generation companies. All of us entrepreneurs around the country, around the world, actually, because Rory was always flying to different countries and supporting all of his clients and everything. No one could produce leads like Rory could. And we tried many of other companies, and no one could produce leads like he could. So he built a lot of fantastic relationships over that time by providing a great service in the lead generation industry, and built a lot of great friendships along the way too. I remember the first time I called him up and I said, look, I need some help understanding this system that you put out. And he took his time and explained it to me, very patient, enjoyed teaching his system and the things that he had, and made a mistake of saying, if you ever need any help, here's my direct phone number, call me here on my direct line. So I did every other day for about 3 weeks. And we just built a friendship over the telephone. And when he got online and was creating leads on the internet and helping us build our businesses even faster, thing that we just got even closer. And when he started building websites, you guys, it was incredible what happened. First, I found out that he was going to be at an event in Miami that I was also attending. So I looked for him there and we had dinner together. Went and had a drink on the beach in South Beaches, Miami, because that's what you do, right, Melissa? When you're in Florida, and especially Miami, you go to South Beaches, Miami, and you watch the sunset on the beach. And we got to talk about our families and talk about the future and talk about marketing and the direction of marketing. And this guy, I realized right away that this guy who looks you in the eyes when he's talking to you and shakes your hand and lets you feel his energy so you can see how authentic he is, really cares about the person he's talking to, but he had an uncanny way of forecasting future marketing trends and the things that were going on that we were just starting to hear about. He already understood and mastered the things that were coming. And he proved himself over and over and over that he had an uncanny way of looking at that stuff and seeing that stuff and then teaching it to all of us. So I knew that I was going to be a part of his life, or we would be a part of each other's life somehow, but I had no idea how. I had no idea what this was going to turn into. I just knew he was a really good person, and I wanted to be a part of that, right? So we went back home and we're building our business. Rory got into building websites. He was building incredible websites. First, it was a little one-page flyer, basically. Well, we could add color to it. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, right? But then he's learned how to build a page behind a page, the second generation stuff. And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger until it kept evolving every year into what you guys are seeing today. We've used other website creators out there. No one ever got the same kind of statistics that Rory got from the websites that he would build. What he's built today is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, not built today, but what's evolved to what you see today, hundreds and hundreds of products and services that we get to take to the marketplace, have a positive impact on their lives while we are building ourselves incredible businesses. It's a brilliant system, and that's what you guys join. So if you're someone who loves technology and you love helping other people, you found your home here, and we welcome you with open arms. But there's another big part of this Rory Rickard guy. And a few years after meeting him, I got to fly out to Utah and meet his other half, the co-founder of RRR247 and PBS, Miss Tanya Rickard. You guys want to write this name down? Tanya, 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 Rickard, Ricord. I flew out there to meet her. It took me one day, not even a whole day, probably half a day, just watching everything that she was doing to realize that this is the most organized person on the planet, I think, or at least the most organized person that I knew, especially back then. She was a very busy woman, raising 7 children, running several businesses, and helping Rory behind the scenes get this thing launched, get it off the ground, and get it built, do whatever needed to be done. Everything is all written out in a calendar, every minute and every hour and every day and every week and every month. She's got it all planned out, and she sticks to that schedule, and she's always on time. She gets it done, but guess what? She helps him that way too. That's why Rory gets as much as he can accomplished every day, because they're such a strict schedule following, organized couple of people. But they complement each other perfectly, right? This is why they become the power couple that they are today. They're 2 wonderful people with a lot of passion for what they do. They both have incredible strengths that blended to create a powerful union of business people and parents and friends and family members that get to share. They get up every morning and sit outside, watch the sun come up in the mountains, have a cup of coffee, and go, what can I do? What can we do to help Melissa and Stacy build their business today? What can we do to help all of these people? There's 382 people on this call. There's usually that much or 400 plus people on this call. What can we do to help them build this as big as they want to build it? What can we do to make it easier, make it better, make it more profitable, give them the tools that they need to take it out there and to have an effect on more people? We want to touch 1 million families on this planet. We want to stomp out poverty and attack it with everything that we have and help everybody achieve the dreams and live the kind of lives that they are meant to live. What can we do to make this better for all of these people that we call family and bringing in? That's who Tanya Rickard is. And that's the guy she's married to, Rory Rickard. So it's my deep pleasure to introduce one of them first. And we're going to let you hear from Miss Tanya Rickard first. And then she's probably going to introduce her husband, that software genius brain of his that she's married to, Mr. Rickard. So Tanya, your microphone is hopefully open and you should be able to take it away.
Thank you, Niall.
There you are.
You're making me blush. He always makes me blush, you guys. I definitely am someone that's in the background. I don't really like being in the forefront. That's my husband's position. But I'm here because I believe in what we do. I believe in what we have. I believe in what we have to offer. And because of that, I'm willing to get out behind myself and share my feelings, my thoughts, and my dreams with you guys as well. And as well as to help edify and encourage you guys along the way. I just wanted to say a really big thank you to Melissa and Karen for sharing your story. I love this. My favorite part of Tuesday. It's my favorite part, as I know I'm going to hear from somebody, get to know somebody better, and really I connect with you guys because you're so much like me. Like that's what I think a lot of people don't understand is I'm exactly like you guys. I've worked outside the home for over 20 years, many years, about almost 30 years, and I've raised kids, 7 kids of my own. And while my husband has always, built businesses and rebuilt businesses, moved around, done things, he just worked, nonstop. So I understand exactly where all of you guys are coming from. And I am you are me. And I just wanted to say real quick, I won't take up a lot of time tonight, but I just wanted to encourage you guys and tell you to stay the course. You're here for a reason. Stay the course. If you're wondering and you're new and you're wondering, is this the right thing? It sounds too good to be true. It isn't. It is real. Stay the course. You've met the people that are real. You're in the right place. You're with the right people, and we have the right product. That's it. As simple as it is. And I think people sometimes get afraid to put the work in. They just want it to come into their hands. And my father used to say this expression to us. He would say, if the ship doesn't come to port, you sail out to meet it. So you get your booty out there, you swim out there and you meet it. So you work and you get as close as you can to your dream. And if you don't reach the dream, you keep going. You just don't give up. And I think that people forget that success is not an accident. It's not. It's hard work. It is sacrifice. It's perseverance. It's studying. It's giving up the times when you wish you could be with your family or doing things, but you're working so hard because you believe in the vision and the dream that you have. And that's what we have here, you guys, with the great combination. We have the PBS and we have some amazing anchor offers that we also, not only that, but we have amazing instructors. If you didn't know, just by listening to Melissa tonight, she's just an amazing lady. I cannot wait to meet her and hug her. You guys have never met her, but I love her like a sister. And this is how we are. This is how we feel with each other. We work together. We share a purpose. We share a vision. And because of that, we all love each other. We really are family. And I believe she said this, we're closer here with some people than you are your own friends and family. And that is the truth. I think I said it last night. And, Niall, I've known Niall for a long time. Ladies don't mention ages, but I've a long time. And I think that, like I said, the reason is I believe it's because we share that same goal, that same vision, that same belief, that same drive. And when you find somebody like that, it's just really rare, but you have a whole bunch of somebody's like that right here. That's how blessed we are. That's why we're so lucky to be here. So anyway, that's all, you guys. I just want to say real quick, we're getting super close to Napa. So we're getting really close there, you guys. So hang on, keep pushing, keep striving for it. It's less than a month away now. And then we're really close to Orlando right after that. So, we just have a lot coming up, the works, but don't forget to keep working. Don't get clouded, by the, I'm going to go do this and I have to go get ready for everything. No. Get ready by working. Working is its own reward. It's its own way to prepare, right? So keep going, because after we always are having competitions, we're always having awards things going on, and what this one's about to end that we have going on, we'll have another one. And we're always trying to help you guys achieve and find a pathway for success for you. So anyway, keep it going, keep it up, guys. Remember, just swim alongside your dreams, and you have a lot of people out there swimming with you. Okay, so anyway, welcome. And let me introduce you to my husband. I'm not as good at this as Niall, because I know it a little bit differently, but he's pretty amazing. I don't tell him that enough, but I was actually just telling him today, I think sometimes as a spouse, you kind of forget how special your partner really is, and the things and the value that they bring to your relationship to balance it out. And he's just a hardworking guy. He's he loves family, he loves God, he loves country, and he loves what he's doing here. And I couldn't ask for somebody better than that. That's what I wanted in my life. That was my dream, and I found it here. And yeah, I just really think that if you guys could see the hard work he does to make sure everything runs behind the scenes, you guys would even work harder just to thank him for it, because he does so much. So anyway, here's the guru behind all this system here. I call him hubby. I call him my life partner. So Rory, welcome to the call.
Thanks. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was getting this today. This is awesome, babe.
Yeah.
Okay, oh my gosh, Karen, it was awesome hearing from you. You've just come in and just been a nice, awesome, warm spirit here. And I'm you know, we had a pretty good showing in that Dallas event. And that actually was a very awesome launch point for what's here today. And that's what these events do, is they launch us to that next level and the next level, and gets more people involved and lets people see what this is really about. And here we have a big one coming up here in September. And, you know, if you guys can get there, get there. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's so worth it. And, you know, there's so much you'll be able to take away from it that can change everything. You know, Karen, you probably felt way different after going than before, right? Yeah. Actually, unmute, Karen. I want to.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that was one of our biggest events at the time. That was our bigger event, and then that was a catapult stage. But
I literally had not been involved more than 3 weeks. So I met you, I met Tanya, I met several people all in different ones, and I had no idea who you are. I really did. It's like Amy would tell me who you are, but really to get to know you at that point, 3 weeks in, I didn't even know why I was at the convention. I mean, I was there, and I already knew that I believed in the system just from talking to her.
Right.
But getting there made a big difference. You're right. And it gets you excited, and you want to get back and get to work. And I still say it's a God wink for me, and I'm so thankful to be here.
Well, I heard that, and then I was remembering, like, oh my gosh, that's right. And it's, you know, we're in the midst of it all the time, but these events is where we can actually cement things. It's just so good. And you're coming to Orlando, right?
I am coming to Orlando. Yes, sir.
Are you coming to Napa?
No, but next year I will.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And next week on the 17th, so with our number one anchor offer, which is the wine, we end a promotion on the 16th, and on the 17th, which is next Tuesday, which will be right here, it starts the next promotion. So we're gonna organize some stuff on there. And Tanya, if you would, I want you to help break down what they need to be doing on a regular basis to make the leadership happen. Tanya?
You want me to? I'm sorry. You want me to talk more? Okay.
Next week we're gonna need there's a bunch of things happening, but I want everybody to understand next week is the 17th. So you talked about we're ending a promotion. So there's a lot of people that are getting their cash, right? Travel cash, and then next on the 17th is the leadership promotion to go to the next location, which we will announce at the Napa event, which everybody will be able to access and watch it live on. You know, so Karen, you can watch it while you're gone, or while we're gone. You can watch it in the back office of Wine Ambassador. You can be with us. Okay. So we'll announce where we're going next year, but the earning of the leadership retreat, which will be June 13th to the 20th of next year in an awesome location. We will announce where that is, but we start earning it on next Tuesday. So everybody just keep doing what you're doing, or growing, or turn it on. If you haven't turned on, turn on. Get momentum going. Keep it kicking. We'll cover that. But Tanya, if you can do a breakdown of we'll know where you and I'll sit down and go over the points. Yeah. But this is what they need to do to get there. Give them the different paths that need to happen in order for them to make that a reality, and get your business built. And there's plenty of time for everybody to turn on and get it going. And we already got the momentum going, and we want to have as many people there as possible. That's what we do. All right, let's see. So if we can be ready for that next week, babe?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Stacy, We got some updates, and I was checking to see if
We have a guest,
perfect.
and he doesn't even know this yet. But are you guys ready? I activated all the MSIs today. They all have their links. And later this week, because I have to train them tonight. So do not go bugging your instructors right now.
So Stacey, let's tell them everybody, we got links for the new Cash Network Direct.
Yes.
Everybody's tracking. We're going to be able to track all these offers we're adding. It's up. It's live. And we just got to instruct the instructor. We got to instruct the MSI instructors on how to do it.
Correct.
And that's tonight.
That's tonight. And so, Mr. Michael Silva, you are here listening in. You guys, some of you know him as one of the creators of Play QB54. Michael, go ahead and unmute. Give us some updates here. Where are we at, stock wise? Because I know we've been selling for you in the meantime.
Yes. So exciting news. We'll have 6,000 total units in our warehouse come the end of next week. We have 3,000 in there currently now. We have another container of 1,500 coming in Monday. And then next week, the following week, later in the week, we'll have another 1,500. So we'll have 6,000. And then after that, we'll have another 3,000 coming in. And then on top of that, another 6,000 coming in. And I really don't think that we have enough. And for the folks that are out there that don't know who I am or what we're selling, I do want to say one thing. I think, is it Tanya that was talking before?
Yeah.
Nothing
Tanya.
comes. Tanya, sorry. Tanya, she is absolutely correct. Nothing comes easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It takes blood, sweat, and tears to make something happen. And I know firsthand from trying, from building a product and taking it to market, getting laughed at, getting made fun of. And you know what? You stick through it, put your nose down, and just keep moving forward. And before you know it, you look back and you see all the progress that you made, and it's been worth every single second. So I want to thank you guys for having me on here and also giving me the opportunity to educate your audience on what our game is. And without further ado, what QB54 is, it is the only football game, backyard game on the market. The only one. It's not Can Jam. It's not Cornhole. So when you guys are going to the football game or you're going to your kids' tournament or whatever and you want to play a football game, we're the only one that's there. And I guarantee you, you're going to have at least one person on your Christmas list, your shopping list, somebody in your family that loves football. So what we have is an entire game of football that we created out of 2 folding chairs. Each set comes with 2 chairs, 2 sets of goalposts, a football, a carrying bag, a kicking tee, and and a ball pump with a steel needle. Everything in the box to play this game. It comes to you, comes to whoever. They're ready to open up and play. And the best part is it's dual purpose. It's a fantastic, addictive, competitive game. And when you're done and you beat your opponent, you just sit back in the chair and relish your victory. So they're 2 functional chairs, and it's also a complete set of it's a complete game of football. There's nothing more you could ask for. It's absolutely a ton of fun. And I'll tell you this, Cornhole's a great game. Can Jam's a great game. People are hungry for something new. Something new. And this is it. And here's the thing. I was talking to my manufacturer in China, and he said, Mike, you're in an awesome position. You want to know why? Because you're going to have inventory, and there's going to be a lot of companies out there that will not have inventory, and it's because the lack of the material costs have gone way up, and there's zero space on these container ships to get products over to the United States to put on shelves. So the companies that have inventory are going to be 10 steps ahead of the other companies that do not. So if you guys check out our website, am I allowed to say it or no?
Well, no, they're going to get their links.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's getting your links, and we got it added now, right, Stacey? He's live.
Yeah, it's live, and so as soon as we get all of you guys signed up via your MSI, it's going to be controlled chaos on Stacey's end, guys. I'm like holding the leashes very tight on the MSIs. Niall is about shredded his today. But okay, based on the numbers that Michael said for inventory, that's only 38 sets per person that's here right now. And not everybody's on here. Not everybody's on here. We typically are closing in on 450 to 500 people. So there's a lot of people missing out on this news. And so you guys, we can rock this. We've been building the SEO from the beginning. There's a sample chair right there.
And you get two of them. You get two of them.
Now, I did notice that you do want to close the front hatch before sitting down.
Yes, you do, because otherwise it's going to go right through.
Otherwise, it looks almost like a porta potty.
Listen, what I tell people, once you buy the game, you could do whatever you want with it. And that could be our next business model, potty liners, and we could just keep...
oh, my gosh.
Anyway.
For the ice fishermen. No, this is great. Now, you guys, the other thing that you can add to it are your team flags, both NFL and NCAA. If you see a team flag that's not there and you want it, I think you can just comment to you guys on the main site, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or do you want them to come back through me?
They can reach out to me. That's fine. And also what I forgot to tell you is we do have licensing with 7 big universities in the United States, which means we actually have their marks on our sets themselves. We have University of Iowa, we have The Ohio State University, we have Michigan State, we have Rutgers University, Florida State, Oregon State, and I'm missing one. University of Colorado. That's what we have right now. So if you know anybody that goes to those schools, this would be a fantastic gift for them. It would be a one of a kind because I guarantee the people out there probably haven't seen it before.
Yeah, and that's probably something to focus. And they're also listed on the website where when you go there, you can see the exact colleges that are available, and then the colors. We got our 3 sets in, so we're set for well, it might be early Christmas to get them used. But you guys, Tanya and I buy Christmas early. We like to get it knocked out of the way, just so that we're not in the rush of the times, because we're usually doing a lot of the business stuff. It's something to be prepared for. We do not like last minute anything. We plan ahead. And there's a lot of people actually that are constantly looking for that next gift. And there's hard to buy gifts. I mean, there's people that are hard to buy for something unique and original. And there's so many angles that we've been discovering in discussing this and looking for keywords and places to market it. And you guys, it's one of those things. It's on every one of our entry systems for all of our new students. It's in the sports category for a reason. This is a long-term relationship. You're going to be making these forever. We're going to be selling them forever. But the work we do today is going to generate sales now, tomorrow, the future, the future, the future, the future, and all of us working together on that in that direction to put it out there. And it's really interesting. I think I told you this before, Michael, but I had one of my buddies that I went to school with. He commented and says, "Rory, we bought one of those last year," and I can't remember where he found it. And he's like, "They are the coolest things." And he's like, "We couldn't find another one," and I don't know where they got it, but they didn't know where they got it either. Like it was a gift or something. But he's like, "Those are the coolest things. We've been telling everybody about them." Now I'm like, well, here's the site. Here it is, right? People are going to see them, and they're going to see them around. And because of the price point, it may not be a purchase they make initially when they see it. They're going to need to see it a few times. It's going to need to, do that ascension marketing thing, which is why we all work together to do that. And so get it out there, post it out there. And you guys remember, this is a product that we win no matter what, because we're going to gain traffic from it. It's going to be relevant, but we're all working together, and we'll let the sales happen, right? We focus on all of our key anchors, bring the traffic in, but this is one of those things that people take a double take when they see it. Like, what is that? And then how does that work? And then we got to plant the ideas for them. No one's going to look at this and say, "Oh, my grandma would like this at the house because more people could play it at her house." We got to tell that story. People don't just look at an item and say, "Oh, I know what I can use that for." They don't. We have to tell the story. We have to plant the seeds. We have to give the examples. We have to share the examples, which is the most important part. So keep that in mind on this, as you're utilizing it, going forward with it, and paint the emotional direction on this. The emotion, like for Graham, like for Tanya, she's going to like the fact that the boys will play in the backyard probably till dark, and then they're going to be here around her. That means a lot to her. When they come over for Sunday and they're going to play and hang out longer, that means more to her than anything. That chair became a huge value.
And I can't, and Roy, I can't tell you how many times you're going towards the grandparent angle, which is awesome because.
And just one angle, but.
Yeah, it's the parents, it's the grandparents, it's the kids, it's for all ages. And I can't tell you how many emails we've gotten from people saying, hey, thank you so much for bringing this game in. It's so much fun. We've created these, these traditions during Thanksgiving. And, when the family comes, they bring these games out and have a tournament. And it comes down to a value. You pay X amount for something and it brings hours and hours and hours of fun. And we stand by the product. If there was ever an issue, you could check out our customer reviews. We're there supporting them 100%. If something breaks, we'll replace it. No questions asked. And that's how we run our business. We're 100% transparent, and we want to treat our customers how we want to be treated. And that's how my brother and I run this business. And sky's the limit. ESPN knows about us now, and the NFL knows about us now. We're getting featured at a convention tomorrow for I can't mention the name of the company, but they're potentially putting an order in for 25,000 units. And this is a promotional product. Okay, they saw us online and say, "Whoa, we want to put our company logos on this, and then give it out to customers that buy a set of this, and then we're going to give them the QB54 game set for free." So it's getting these units out. It's getting everywhere. It does take a couple times for somebody to see it before they buy it. And I'll tell you a perfect story. So we just hired an email marketing guy, and he's been, if somebody signs up for the email letter, we send them out 1, 2. It took 4 emails. The guy bought on the 4th one. And I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, why did it take you so long?" He goes, "I loved it. I didn't know. I went to my wife and I said, screw it, I'm going to buy it." And the guy loved it. I mean, look, that's what it takes. Sometimes you get that impulsive buyer. Some guy, "Oh, I got to ask my wife." And then they say, "Oh," I'm like, "How much are you going to spend on alcohol your first, tailgate?" And they're like, "Oh, good point." I said, "But your money lasts longer with us than it does with the alcohol. You're done after the first day you use it." So it's all in how you position the value proposition. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, Rob.
No, you're good. No, it's here. This is why we like to have you on, is so we can brainstorm this and get everybody's head around it, because there's so many different angles to go on this. I mean, you got your college kids, parents of college kids. You got everywhere you would see tailgating, high school games. All that stuff, and we're going to be building a lot more. Without telling you this, because, next month we're going to be giving you guys something that'll correlate with this, but it has to do with fundraising. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. But this is a great gift for like a fundraising tool or raffle or, exposure, because it's something that's fun that they can do. But, also like, the tournaments, the church, the church fundraisers, the church, what do you call those, Dave? The harvest events they do. This fits so many areas, and we got to paint the picture, create the direction. But this is a great gift raffle. It has so many other uses, and we have to paint the picture again for that. So there's a million different articles to write on that, and anybody that's involved in any church, you guys, this is, they're constantly looking for a way to get the youth more involved, get more youth to show up, right?
So we had an officer from Georgetown, Kentucky. He reaches out, he goes, "Mike, I'm the community coordinator for the community." And he goes, "It's my job to interact with the community and do fun things to bridge that gap between, oh, he's a police officer, oh, he's a nice guy." So they use certain things, whether it's playing basketball, whether it's playing football. He bought one of our games to actually use in his program so he can bring the community closer together. And one of the other things is we're in 500 schools across the country, and we have free curriculum for grades K through 12. So they're using our game in phys ed class, and they're also leveraging the fun of the game to teach other subjects. Case in point, you have a 3rd grade class. You set up 2 chairs. It's a relay race. There's a 5-gallon bucket behind each chair. Every time the kid throws the ball and hits the chair, they have a chance to go into the 5-gallon bucket, pick out a laminated bone of the body, and then they have to place it in the proper spot of the skeleton. The first team to finish that skeleton wins. So what is that teacher doing? That teacher is leveraging fun and teaching at the same time. And when you're having fun and learning something, it sticks. So again, all these different angles. And we also work with the veterans, an organization called Play for Your Freedom. This is an organization that was founded by a gentleman, David Lionheart, who started it because his buddy went to Afghanistan. He came back and he was not the same. He had PTSD. Couldn't stand it. So what he did was he created this organization, and he went to VA hospitals across the area where he was located and started pick up football games, getting these guys out of the hospital, getting that team camaraderie together, and getting that feeling of belonging. So what he saw was there was a gap. There was guys that were paralyzed from the waist down, or amputees that couldn't take part in the two-hand touch game. He saw our game, and he said, wow, the guys that are in wheelchairs that can't run or walk can use your game, and they're using it as an adaptive tool. Again, another use for this game that my brother and I had not a clue was going to happen. It's been an awesome ride so far, and we can't wait to see where it goes from here.
These are all just different angles. That's why it's good to, bring this up and go over it, guys. So, I've got the page out there. I'm looking forward to some, pretty good bash ups. I don't know if Brock's on here. We have a tournament thing that's going to be coming up here soon, and it's going to be, I have a feeling it's going to be bloody. I might get injured. It could get pretty aggressive.
It's as competitive or aggressive as you want
to make it. Yeah. But no, I'm looking forward to doing that. And I can see there's a lot of the kids just need to go out and do more, right? Anyway, and a lot of parents, they can see where this goes, and especially keeping the boys outside and running. Yeah, the phones take it over, right?
Get them off the phone.
And that's a good angle with the parents too, because getting your kids off those video games and out there. I remember growing up, we were outside the entire time. We were not cooped up inside. We didn't have the little screens, right? We didn't, right? We had to go either get in trouble or play sports, and sometimes a little of each at the same time. But
that's how this was invented.
Exactly. I think that story is awesome, and so we can and we can kind of relive all that. But that itself is another angle to write on, because a parent is looking at they buy video games that cost as much as this dang set. And it's a video game, and their kid is not lacking for video games in almost every situation, right? They have plenty, but they don't have as a reason to go outside like they used to. And this can help, tear that, but that's an angle and emotion to write on and towards, as well, right? Get these kids outside, make them, and it's a fun way to go outside, right? You have a purpose to go out there and play a game and do all that. So I think we got a lot to go off on this. I'm glad your inventories are up. It makes it feel really worthwhile. Guys, Christmas Rush, we're going to be getting ready for it. September at our event on the 19th. Well, actually on the 16th, we'll cover this a little bit more. But you guys, we're going to be doing our Christmas promotions starting literally October 1. We're going to start putting that out there. And you guys at the event, we're gonna have the MSIs, and we're gonna have a lot of us talking to you guys about how to build the promotional pages. But holiday spending literally is starting now. That's why we put this out there. You guys just drip it out there, share it, let people see it over and over and over again. That's why we all need to do that, right? This is one of those things to do it. It's gonna bring them in. They'll see everything else that we have. But this purchase, right? Mike, when it's in stock, what's the usual delivery time? Is it 7 to 14 days?
No, so it's quicker than that. Depends where you are in the state. We're shipping out of Pennsylvania. So if you're on the East Coast, you'll get it within a day or two. If you're on the West Coast, maybe 3 days. If you get the order in before noon, it'll go out same day. Or if you're really excited and want to get it, give me a call, and I'll make a call to the warehouse, say, hey, can you put this in before UPS comes at 4 o'clock? So that's the inroad. So if you get it at 2, say, hey, Mike, can you get it out today? I'll get it for you.
Brock is coming in.
Okay, perfect. We add them there. Here, we can go a little bit over. I'm gonna, guys, tell you guys, we're gonna start pushing others. They get them pretty quick, but one of the angles for the holidays, especially, is get it before the holidays. They can wrap it up and have it ready. There is going to be a different rush on Christmas spending this year. I'm going to tell you the indicators are already there. Michael, you already brought it up, and it's something I was going to bring up in our September event, but I'll plant the seed on it now so you guys know. It's a different year than normal. Things have been all skewed up, messed up, and it's not going to be corrected by projections by this Christmas. So people are going to be looking for things. They're not going to be able to get them. It's going to be one of those years like it used to be, like in the late 80s, where there'd be a rush and then no one would have anything. They didn't have the supply and demands up. We're going to have a feeling of that. These millennials are going to have no idea what this is going to be like. They're not going to get it. They've never had this situation other than like the PS5. Never.
Roy, from my perspective, from the company that's trying to put stuff on shelves, okay? Let me give you a little bit of information. To get to get a container, okay, that obviously the stuff that gets shipped over on a vessel, it normally costs $3,000 to get a container over to the U.S. Okay, because of what's going on right now, that cost is $21,000. Okay, so what you have is you have a lot of companies out there that are saying, I can't afford this. I can't afford to bring a container of goods for 21 grand. Okay, so that's going to lessen a lot of people that are going to be producing. And it's also the lead times in China, which is where a lot of this stuff is being made, are getting pushed out to 120 days. So if they're not putting their orders in now, they're going to get their inventory after Christmas. So that's why there's going to be there's less workers. There's less workers at the port. There's less workers in the at the warehouses and the factories. And that's all factoring into how long it takes to get goods into country when they get here. So just wanted to give you a little background on that.
So that's an angle by itself, guys. Let everybody know, like, hey, these are available. They may not be here at the end of the year. Get your Christmas now. I think that should be something that we should stress out, especially on our social media posts, but also on our ad posts for, the goods and services. I'm probably going to spend a little bit of time on this one on Saturday. So you guys, this Saturday, the 14th of August at, what was it, 11 o'clock? What time is it? 1 o'clock?
1 Eastern.
1 Eastern. So at 11 o'clock my time, 1 Eastern, noon Central, for 12 hours, I'm doing ad posting, guys. And I'll probably spend a little bit of time on this one for sure, just because we know we have the tracking in place and now we can go. But I'll give you guys some ideas on that. So those that are there for the marathon, you'll see it. So on the marathon notes, guys, anybody that's new into Bella Vita this month, make sure your instructor adds you to the list to be drawn out of the hat. Anybody that's ordered or pre-ordered the youth, one box, you can only get up to 5 boxes, but if you pre-ordered at least 1 box, you're in the raffle. If you sign up in Bella Vita and pre-ordered, if they let you do that, they don't. That's right. I was gonna say I'd give you 2, but
you can now.
You can sign up right now, and then you have to go back in.
Go back in and place a separate order for the product.
That just happened then, because that was not that way a couple days ago.
Correct.
Okay, so if you pre-order the youth as well, that's an extra entry as of today. So you get an entry if you get a box. You get an entry if you're brand new into Bella Vita, and we're going to draw 5 people out. You're going to all get your own custom by me headlines, ad copy, post on our anchors, and then I'm going to spend at least an hour on your pages to market them.
Provided you're in attendance.
Provided you're in attendance. Yeah, I'm not going to do the work for anybody that's not there. You don't show up, I don't show up. I'll show up for somebody else that shows up.
So we're adding all new people in the month of July to the list also?
All new people from August 1st.
August 1st.
Yeah. And then anybody that pre-ordered youth.
And anybody, okay. So the new people didn't have to pre-order the youth, just if you're new from August 1st on, and anybody that got youth. Okay.
But if the new people from August 1st pre-ordered, they get in twice.
All right.
Okay. And if we draw you twice, I'll do 2 hours.
Wow.
We'll make it fun.
Are you going to do 5 different names, even if you draw somebody twice? 5 different people?
Okay, you always push it. We're doing 5. That's 5. I can only do 5. That's 12
stop.
hours.
I told you guys he was like gnawing through his leash.
Yeah, you should have warned me in person.
All right, Brock, do we have something else on here? Or do you wanted to say hi?
I'm not really sure who said hi. I actually had a hard time getting onto the webinar, and I just made it on. So, like always, I'm sure you guys did a fantastic job. Did you get QB54, Katie, bass turtles?
I haven't told them. I'm going to tell I told all the instructors last night which 6 items are truly rocking and rolling right now.
Okay.
But Rory doesn't even know really, because he wasn't on the instructor call with us last night.
Yeah, I wasn't. No, they run without me though, Brock. So let's recap who's ready. So everybody knows what's going to be. You guys are going to see it all in the tracking system. You're going to be walked through on everything, and then next Tuesday, we're gonna be into the new promotion, and then we'll cover all the stuff. And then Brock, we'll probably have you guys. We're gonna start having more new products coming on, and tracking's in place. We're getting this down to an actual organized system. Thanks for everybody's patience. It's time to go. Brock, we spent some really good time with Michael and the different ad directions we can go, and the planting the seeds of the different aspects of this game, right? And what it can be used for. So that was pretty good. I'm excited. We're real excited for this one anyway. It's a fun one.
Yeah,
So,
Brock, that's probably why you couldn't get in, Brock. I think he had you blocked because he was talking about schooling you in a tournament of QB54.
Oh, please, man. It's called QB54 because that's my number.
Yeah, he had you locked out, so you didn't hear none of that.
So not true. Okay. So Brock, Stacy, which ones do we have tracking on that people are going to be able to get access to right away for tracking, so they can, if they don't have a page, that's the ones they should focus on. Obviously, play QB54,
Yep.
Katie Lux, which we all love Katie Lux. I mean, everybody's been getting their orders in, love Katie Lux, but that's in the tracking, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to do an intro on the one that you said. I want to tease it out a little bit, but so we'll do that.
Well, they're
one
not.
last.
They're that'll be number 7.
Okay, that's number 7. Okay, so what else do we have tracking on, Stacy?
V Marketing or V Medical, the phone
good.
case that does all the body stuff,
Okay.
temperature, blood pressure, and all that. We have Cursed Cosmetics.
That was I'm so excited for that one.
We have Bug Out Giveaway.
Good.
And then if I say it the way when Cost and I were going through these, he kept calling it bass turtles. He thought it had something to do with earphones.
He's a music guy. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
So I made him bring it up. I also made him bring up Katie Lux. He said his wife is not permitted to have that website.
Yeah, well, I'll get it to her. We'll have dinner with them. It'll happen.
So those are the 6 that are definitely active, where Brock and his team and John got everybody in, and I've got them integrated. And then there's several more that are like this close.
So we're going to start popping them out, and what we're going to do is we're going to get caught up, and then it's going to be a routine where we're rolling out new ones on Tuesdays, and then we're going to spend the work on the pages on Saturdays. But you guys, your MSIs are already on top of stuff building pages. I know Niall and Stacy have already been building pages for the 7th one that's going to come out. And Brock, without saying what it is, because I really want them to be there for the presentation with Nick, but it's a food. I'm just going to let you know that it's a food item, okay, which we definitely needed more of. All right. And I'm going to just let you guys know, I was literally stealing them because they had them there to share in the Boise event, and I was stealing packets of 2. They are so good. I'm gonna let you know, they come in packets. I think it's packets of 2. So I got in a sample. You guys, it's an amazing food item, and it's gonna fit a lot of our lifestyles here. And there's a couple of our MSIs that are gonna be jumping out of their seats when they hear what this is and what it's for and what's in it. So I was thinking about them when it came up. I'm like, and it's a growing need. Anyway, I didn't give it away other than I think we're gonna be ready for that next Tuesday.
Oh, Brock, do you think they'll get their information? Think they'll get their integration stuff done so that I can finish it?
Yeah, I think all of them are integrated. We're just waiting to run test transactions on them.
Okay, because I don't see any of them but the 6 in the Shopify area.
There's a spreadsheet, and I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like we've got.
My spreadsheet that I did. You guys know I love spreadsheets. Of course, I did a spreadsheet for Brock.
Yeah, I think. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, on most of them, I think we're just waiting for someone to run a test transaction from the network side. And we're live, but most of them, I think 3 or 4 of them are already done. So we should be good to go.
All right, perfect. So let's do
that tonight, huh?
Yeah, let's get as many of those on there. Brock, do you want to launch some of the new ones on Saturday?
Yeah. So all of the companies that we're presenting are ones that are already live and that we're already running traffic to. And so we've already tested them out. We already know that they're converting, but we just use different traffic sources than you guys do. So all of them are good. I just don't want anyone to feel like they're being a guinea pig here. We only bring stuff.
Oh, we've all covered that. I just, we've been waiting to get the tracking on there. So we got these 6, but I know there's a couple we have not introduced to everybody here yet.
Oh, yeah. We'll always have more.
I know.
We have 41 brands now.
It's so cool. It's so cool. So on Saturday, because we got the QB54 thing. It's being written up. It's in motion. It's I think more ideas, but I've been seeing more and more pages shared with me, and it's picking up, Michael. So pretty soon we're gonna have a lot of the football keywords covered. Put that out there. I'm seeing some good exposure from even what I'm doing with the Dallas Cowboy groups. But people got to see it, right? And then, and you guys, when the tracking's in place, we'll talk about all that stuff as it gets rolled out. So you guys are going to be getting your invites from your instructor to get your tracking access. And we'll be teaching on that. And I think maybe Saturday, Stacy, should we show everybody how to get their tracking? We'll do that. We'll cover it for everybody on Saturday.
Yeah, we can probably do that. Might even be able to, we'll see how pay attention the MSIs are tonight. Maybe they can teach it their own teams.
Yeah, but I think if we decide that's perfect, they all have their own calls and stuff. But for everybody, we'll do it again can you help me with that on the Saturday?
Oh yeah.
So Saturday we'll do that and record it again, just so you guys all know it, and then we'll have that for the new people coming in. It's a brilliant tracking system. You learn how to grab your links, and then we'll go in there. But we'll get a system going on that, and then Brock, I don't know if we want to bring anything else you want to launch that we haven't launched here with everybody. We can start rolling that out every Tuesday, guys. We'll have new ones, and then we're going to spend time on the Saturday to polish them up, and then we'll bring them on as we need to have different questions and stuff come on. And we'll get Michael back on here again. We're gonna try to do some crazy promotions to see what kind of numbers we can do. I want to make him scared of the numbers. I like that. I want to create a huge problem that they can figure out on their own.
Absolutely, break it.
Yeah, we like to break things. So you guys, we'll put this out there. We all got. I know I got a lot of family that does the football thing. You guys, this is a little league, crazy thing to do. I'm going to tell you, little league parents, I'm going to spend just 2 more minutes on this. Little league parents, all you need to do is take a set with you. Set it up during the practice and start playing with it. Everybody's going to ask where you got it. So have your cards ready and just send them to your PBS, or even get one made that says Incredible Football Game and give them a card. This is one of those things we can do that with. I'm going to tell you this right now. Tanya and I, we coached football for a lot of years, okay? This game on the sideline, we would have got mobbed for it. Mobbed.
Honestly, since I was team mom for everybody, I would have given this to all the coaches as a thank you gift. This is fabulous. I love it.
And if you're doing boosters for your local football team, so it's another way to raise funds for the local football programs. We've done that in town. We've done that throughout the whole state of New Jersey. Another angle.
Yeah. So you guys, we have a lot of people here that are, fellow football coaches. I've talked with you many times. They're always trying to raise money. They're always trying to do stuff. This is a fun activity, but the booster clubs can definitely run fundraisers and have the dads form teams against each other. The kids would love watching that. There's a lot of different ways to go with this. So just start having fun with it. And, we'll do everything we can steady. And next year's next year. We always have more things coming on, but the holiday rush, guys, we need to get ready for it now.
Rory, one last item.
Yep.
Sunday, August 15th, field day for Rainmaker.
Oh, all right. So, all right, we'll remind everybody. Yeah, we'll remind everybody on Saturday night as well, and we'll start putting some promotions out on that. So everybody needs to have that app downloaded. Right, so we'll go with MSIs. Let's make sure that's being pushed out.
Yeah, we pushed it last night on the instructor call. And if any instructor hasn't figured it out, go hit the participate button. That was the step I forgot to tell everybody. Hit participate and then you'll get the promote. Right, Melissa?
Yeah, you gotta hit participate for that. But yeah, I'll go in mine too. But you guys, we'll get that going. I think that's about it for today's update. So Brock, like always, thank you. Michael, thanks for coming on here. Love the backdrop behind you. Yeah, that is so cool. Yeah, we'll see what fun we can have with that. Yeah, and I think we got to do some promotion stuff. We'll have some fun. We're gonna figure this out.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for coming on again. All right.
Thank you, Michael.
Take care.
All right, guys, next Tuesday, lots coming out.
Bye-bye.
God bless. Bye for now.